Born and raised in the Bronx, New York. I grew up playing sports, basketball specifically. Went to high school for basketball, went to college for basketball. So I always thought basketball, was going to take me out the hood. Like,
Yeah.
definitely thought that was I was a pipe dream as a kid growing up. And, me and Wayne, we actually live buildings right across from each other. So, we grew up with each other as well. But we'll jump into that later, how we, eventually started working together. But so I grew up playing basketball. Actually, I went to college and I got a scholarship for basketball. But eventually I went to school for physical. So that was my thing. I was into health, into fitness. And I eventually, ended up getting my bachelor's degree in health science. Ended up working in the middle school. That was my last W-2 job. Working in the middle school. I actually was a assistant gym teacher at one point. That was my last job. So yeah, grew up, like I said, playing sports, taught me a lot of, characteristics that I still instill to myself this day, hard work, discipline, things like that, put forth in our business.
My name is Wayne, like I mentioned earlier, from the Bronx, New York. It's like Darrius said, we live buildings across from each other. Basketball was my upbringing, basketball, dancing. Around like 8th grade, I was still playing ball. I got into a little bit of trouble, and I was incarcerated for a little while. Then I wound up coming home, get myself back together. I wound up starting a clothing line called Love Don't Live Here. I was doing that from like 2015 to like 2019. In and out of it, but like the first 2 years was real active. But just not. I'm also educated on the business. I got caught up with the IRS and had to pay a lot of money back to the IRS. So that kind of made me fall back a little bit from the whole business aspect and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It was a little scared, but thank God I got through it though. I wanted to pay the IRS all their money right back. So I just want to get right back into business, something else I wanted to do, but didn't really need too much of my time. So that's what kind of leads me to right now, the business we're doing right now.
So where did the idea come from for y'all to start your own rental company?
It was kind of like a mutual thing. It was so funny because Darrius he had moved away from the block, but I know we still in contact with each other. We grew up as kids, so we still in contact. So he told me like, yo, bro, I got this gym in my building. Like, yo, pull up. Like, this gym is elite. Like, you got everything in. Like, come work out. I'm like, all right, man. So I used to go there. I used to come work out. We used to work out. In the middle of us working out, we would speak and we just keep talking. And after a while, I kind of noticed, like, there's certain things I keep to myself because, like, I don't know if everybody's on my type of, like, on my mindset. Just because we friends doesn't mean like we on the same mental as far as life is concerned. Like we would have conversations and it would kind of like, it kind of bug me. I'm like, yo, I think, I think bro on top of, I think he on game.
Yeah.
I just never said that. Like I said, I had a little bad experience with my clothing line because I had a partner with that. I had a real bad experience, so I kind of never wanted to put friends with business. That was it. That was it for me. I wasn't trying to do that anymore. So I just kind of kept it to myself. But so I kept pulling up to the gym. We working out. Kept speaking. After a while, I was like, nah. Like, I'm like, bro's on top of it. He's up to something. He's on top of it. Like we on the same page. So he had brought up to me like, yo, I'm about to start renting out cars. And I said, yo, it's crazy because like I just started a trucking business. I would have start like renting out trucks. I said, well, how you feel about that? He get too much feedback about like the truck as far as renting them out. He was kind of like determined, like, yo, bro, like these cars, like this is what it is. I'm telling you, he said, I'm about to rent my car out next week. I'm getting cleaned up. I'm getting such and such done right now. Next week I'm renting it out. I'm like, all right, bro. I said, just let me know like how it play out for you. So I'm trying to do the truck because I already started the whole trucking business already. Like I was already, the LLC, everything was already set up. So I'm like, all right, I'm like, just let me know how it go. So like I said, I used to go there. We used to work out. Next week comes like, yo, bro, my dream's booked for 2 weeks right now. Show me the receipts, everything. Just hopped on, just started, hopped into the rental thing. And this is with hire car. This is not even Toro yet. It's just with hire car. He showed me the receipts and everything. I'm like, what? I'm like, he said, bro, I still did not see my car. So like a month go by. I'm like, yo, like, mind you, I never even seen his car before. So a whole month go by. I'm like, yo, you still get your car? Like, bro, I'm still getting paid for that. show me more receipts. I'm still getting paid for that. I'm like, nah. Nah. We might have to. Now I'm reconsidering. Like, nah, this may be a cool play, but like I said, I don't want to leave what I got alone. What I got going on first, like my trucking, because trucking is crazy passive as well too. So we still talking. He kind of came up with the idea like, yo, listen, bro, I got some bread put to the side. I told him as well, I got some bread put to the side. Put our money together. And let's just go all in. And that's exactly how it went down. We just went all in.
Now, I'm gonna ask you what since y'all started, it's called Road to Luxury, right?
Right.
Yeah. Since you started, what have y'all learned about people since y'all been in this business? See, I knew I was gonna get so smart about it.
I'm gonna let Darrius speak on the first.
This as far as people, I mean, this was my first full-fledged business that I really went in depth with. So like as far as people, it's a lot that we learned. I mean, just put it like that, man, a lot that we learned. But just in that confined, just as far as people that, some people's gonna try to get over, some people are good people. So and when you come from the environment that we come from, we already know, how to read people. So that's kind of a skill quality that we both kind of have. So, just reading people, seeing if they're truly genuine or they just trying to get over, because we young Black males just trying to do good, trying to be successful. And we got many stories when we still just started, but when we initially first started of people just trying to get over on us, and we taking massive L's and really bouncing back. And that really, catapulted and really helped us grow as well. Like as men, like just learning from the losses, hopping back. Like I said, people really trying to get over. Trying to really test out intelligence. Just hey, let's see if they really, know what they're doing with the business. And that really made us, really get on top of business. Really, put certain systems and structures into place.
Now, as far as that, like you were saying, because I know, I mean, us as Black people, that's what I was saying earlier. We always get that, we always get the negative media, of us. You know what I mean? There's always a stereotype of, first of all, that we not intelligent. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of us, the generation now coming up, you know what I mean? That we're a lot more business savvy, and I think that scares them a lot. You know what I mean? So
Definitely.
When you have that, now they automatically want to try to move the needle and try to say, oh, well, this now is something different. You know what I mean? Instead of what they initially said. And I don't know. I don't want to sound racist or nothing like that, but it makes you, it kind of rub you the wrong way when you get around white people. You know what I'm saying? Because it's you can, like you're talking about the energy, you can feel how they.
Yeah, you can feel it. Yeah, you could definitely feel it. You know what I'm saying? When people kind of think like they think of themselves more than you.
Mm-hmm.
When you spend somebody where you from, it's like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is. Yep. And I think that stereotype, well, it's always going to be a stereotype, but I think they're going to have to move from it because a lot more of us are getting out of that mood. You know what I mean? And it's like you was talking about Darrius earlier with the L's, man. That's them teaching moments is something totally. It's something that you can really cherish, man, because you can learn from a lot of that stuff, man.
Definitely learn from it, and also when you on top of your business, people take it for what it is. You present your business well. They can perceive you or think of you however they want to think of you. But top of your business, doing what you got to do.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Now, what makes y'all's business unique from other car rental companies?
So just the the idea of it, and the time that we're in now, right? We're really trying to modernize and really bring our ideas and the things that we think of into the car industry, car rental industry, like the Hertz and the Enterprises, they they're too old, man. They need.
I know. Yeah.
I'm about to say that some of the things we got up our sleeves as far as planning is because it's crazy. It's gonna change the whole rental car like game. Like to the point where like Hertz Enterprise, they're gonna have to really duplicate what we're gonna do in order to stay in business, at least around us. Because I'm telling you, it's coming.
And that's why, and I like y'all's energy too. That's why I was telling Raven, a lot of it's so refreshing, man, because everything is so, the way everything is run now in America is so old school. You know what I mean? It's just stuck back in those times back then, and it's time to revamp a lot of that stuff, man, and just to have some young black men, you know what I mean, who know where they're going. We can go into another topic, but it's a lot of men nowadays, man. They're going, you know what I'm saying? They're different types. So it's, you know what I mean, it's good to just see some black men who got their head, you know, together, and they know what they're doing, and it's because of them L's.
Yeah,
ain't nothing going to knock anything now, man.
And you know, the business is still fairly new, but you know, like we both hustlers, and if you really, you know, Wayne, if you really look back at it, you know, look at all of the things that we did and look what we at now, the things that we've been through and look we at now, like and you know, the technology and the things that, you know, we have in our cars. You're not just, you know, a car rental company that has our cars on Toro, like, you know, the majority of people with passive income, right? We're looking at it more like a brand, you know, road to luxury, right? So we're on the road to, you know, our luxury, right? And that's going to help us, you know, create generational wealth for our families as well, you know, so definitely.
And that's what I was going to ask you next. How would you define success in y'all's eyes?
I mean, it depends. We can break, you know, I can think about that question many ways. Success in what aspect? Just success in the business aspect, I would say, like, you know, obviously, you know, financially, you know, make sure the profit loss statement, that's good, you know what I mean? That's success in one sense, but also, you know, I also think, like, in business, it's not all about income, right? It's about impact as well. So, you know, how are you impacting people? How are you helping people? Because what is a business if you just here for financial gains, right? So we ain't trying to be like the, you know, major corporations that just for financial gain. We're really trying to, you know, help people in a sense, right? So the impact that we create. So if we create some kind of impact in our community, on the communities that are, you know, our business is based in, you know, that's success right there in my eyes.
What about you, Wayne?
Success, I feel like this, you know, everybody has a different, just like you said, a different perspective on, I guess, on success. I really say, like, definitely financial. You know, I feel like that's one of the reasons why we jump into business, for financial freedom. Definitely, I feel like if I'm able to really, like, have full freedom and everything's still running, I feel I am definitely successful. My family, I'll be able to help my family, put my family into position, or put anybody I love around me into position. I definitely feel successful doing that, because freedom and be able to put my people in position to do whatever they please as well. Like, like for myself, definitely feel like that's successful.
Now, during COVID and everything, you know, I know how did that impact y'all, or how have y'all persevered through all of that?
So, I mean, contrary to belief, people still renting cars in COVID.
No.
You know, we just make sure, you know, we kept the cars clean, the protocols was all good. But like I said, people still renting cars, the business is still flowing. And we was more so seeing people, you know, rent long-term, right? So long-term renters, you know, a lot of they labeled it like the Great Resignation. So a lot of people left their jobs at the same time. There's a lot of people that went to Uber, Lyft, and things like that, you know, for self-employment. So, you know, we saw the opportunity and, you know, marketed to those people like, hey, you know, we got a car rental company. If you guys want these cars, you know, for Uber, Lyft, and such, we can definitely, you know, work out something where you don't have to go through these major corporations or go through Toro or you know, other apps and platforms. You can just come to us, you know, and rent these cars and, you know, help provide some source of income for their family, you know.
Now, what is the mission statement for y'all business? Like, okay, for example, like, what are some fundamental principles that y'all stand on while y'all in y'all's business?
Business is business. Like, as far as, like, Repeat that question one more time. I'll give you a better answer.
What's your mission statement for your business? Like, what's the principles that y'all stand on? Your business structure.
Really. So if we agree on a rule for the business, we stick to that rule. We don't go over, we don't go around it, we don't really bend it. Oh, bro, yo, real quick, once we come up with a rule for both ourselves, as far as the customers are concerned, or even ourselves concerned, we stick to that rule and we stay put. I'm saying we're not bending our rules for one of our renter that probably been rocking with us for a long time. And, or this anything, or somebody, we got a lot of friends too. Like, yo, can I just book the car through y'all directly without Turo? But they don't got insurance. Nah,
I know.
we can't do that, bro. And if you respect me enough as a friend, like, you will respect what I'm telling you. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. So when a lot of it's crazy because when a lot of us, our people start businesses, people want discounts. They want
just get ready to ask. I was gonna say somebody gonna want the hookup, man.
So business is business, like you said. Just standing on our principles and our systems that we put in place to keep those cars rented out. In a sense, our car rental company, Road to Luxury, is in a sense, passive, right? So we went from 0 to 11 cars in 10 months?
Yeah, maybe not even a whole full year.
10 months. We're from 0 to 11 cars, right? And like Wayne said, I started with my personal car, right? And the lessons and L's I took with that, right? I learned to not to rent to certain people, right? And personal car got a total. Right, so we learned so much. We can even talk about how one of our cars got shot up, and with proper insurance in place, we was all good. So
I mean, if you cool with it, can you tell me that story, man?
You can tell it.
Sure. So we in 2022? That was 21. Get into the summer. We were just.
It was like July, probably, right?
July?
Yeah,
July. Yeah. Probably late June, early July. It was just like summer really just jumping off. So at this time, I was still physically meeting the renters at this time. We still had everything, like we still had like all the systems and stuff like that in the car where we could unlock it and lock it by ourselves. I mean, without us physically being present. We had all that already down packed. But at this time, sometimes I actually like to meet the renters. And at this time, it was two old women, and they needed help as far as Turo. They needed my help to get them inside the car, checking for them on Turo how to do this, how to do that. So I was really helping them. I was helping them the whole time. Then in the middle of me helping them, my phone rings. So at first I ignored it because, like I said, I'm dealing with somebody. I'm dealing with two older women. It rings again. So now I guess like the two older women, they start speaking to each other. So I wound up just answering my phone, speaking, hello, it's another renter. So we talking and stuff like that. So now the ladies I was dealing with before, they speaking to me, and I'm on the phone at the same time. She's speaking to me. So as everybody is talking, I'm multitasking at this point. So as at the time when everybody is speaking, all I hear is "shut up." Like through everything I was kind of being said. I'm still helping these ladies, and I answer my phone. All I remember saying is "shut up." Then I remember saying, "All right, let me give you a call back." I just hung up the phone to her. Let me handle what's in front of me real quick. Then I'm gonna get back to this. So I'm still speaking to the older women, just helping them out. So once I got them situated, helped them out, got them in the car, whatever. I rushed to my car and I called the girl back. I'm like, yeah, run it by me, like everything you said. She was telling me how she had to go to New York or something, and the car was parked in front of her. The car was parked in front of her house, and she said it was a shootout, and the car got shot up a few times. Like the car got hit a few times. I said, you went to New York? She said, yeah, I went to New York. In my head, like, why would you go to New York without the rental vehicle? That's just me.
Yeah.
That's me using my common sense, but like everybody's different though. For me, I'm like, I mean, I said, why would you go to New York? Like, this is the reason why people have a rental vehicle. So in my head, meaning like, all right, you rented this vehicle, but this vehicle was not for you to rent. You rented this vehicle to somebody. I mean, for somebody else. Like I said, this is all in my head. This is just in my head. Nothing is facts though. I'm like, all right, cool. She said, I'm so sorry, but like, please just don't worry about it. Please don't call Toro. Please don't tell me don't call this place, and that place. Don't call. She said, I'm gonna pay for all the damages. Once she said that, I'm like, I said, I have a trip with this car in another 2 days. Can this be done today? This has to be done today. If not, I gotta report the damages. I have a whole trip coming up. She said, I'm gonna get it done today. I said, I'll speak to you later. So I get like the next day, come like in the morning. I give a call back, like, just following up, like, where we at? Because, like I said, I got a trip with this vehicle, so this got to be done today. She's like, yeah, I took care of it yesterday. The guy told me it got to dry off. So I'm like, I'm like, send me your address. Let me see where you at. She sent me her address, stuff like that. So I just wound up driving. It was probably like 15 minutes away from where I live. I want to drive it over there. I see the car. As I was approaching, I see the guy was fixing it up and stuff like that. When I tell you this car, I mean, I seen it before though. I see like all the bullet holes and stuff like that prior. I skipped the part where I did go over there and see all the bullet holes and everything in the back by like the
I showed up like 7 times. And actually gas tank too, so it was crazy.
It was like it was seven holes in that car. So
that's 7 holes. That don't sound like no. That sounds
like intentional. Whoever was in that car, it sounded like they was on that person. So I go see it the very following day. I guess he's put like the finishing touches to paint. And when I tell you that car looked like it never even got hit before, never got hit, like never. But that was just so crazy. It's like, yo, you gotta watch who you rent out to. But like, it's out of our hands. Once the renter is bringing all the correct documents, you don't know who else is in that vehicle afterwards. You know what I'm saying? So it is a very risky game, but I mean, that's business though. Everything is risky in business.
So when did y'all start? When did y'all start this business? What year did y'all start?
It was actually last year. What was it? February? No, February. February last year.
And February 1st.
Yeah, I remember that. We made the LLC February 1st last year. We literally went from
21.
11 cars in 10 months. And then, we was focused on scaling because we saw the money coming in. It was passive income. We saw it coming in, right? We just focused on scaling. And we're scaling. And then from all of the losses that we learned, we focused on putting systems in place, right? Moving different, right? Having GPSs in it, having, like Wayne said, door unlock features where we don't have to be there physically, having certain things. We can see how fast you're going. We can see if your seatbelt on. We can see if there's any check engine lights, anything like, right? So we just learning as we going, right? So it's not no real blueprint in a sense. But we did have mentors. I'm not gonna knock that. We definitely had help and mentors along the way. And like I said, we just focused on scaling. And eventually we got to a point where we're like, all right, this business is successful, let's diversify, right? Not have all your eggs in one basket. This is during, still kind of the pandemic craze and everything, right? And we still think like, yeah, we can't, have all our eggs in one basket. So, we use some of the funding from one business to fund another business, right? So like a lot of, rich people, rich parents, right? We unfortunately, wasn't fortunate in that sense. So we use the money we have from one business to, fund our trucking company, which is Kai's Time to Go. Wayne's son, his name, Kai's Time to Go. So that's that business came about in a sense.
So before I get into that business, I want to kind of just talk about what you was just talking about. Why do you think for us, coming up, why do you think business and stuff isn't taught in schools? You know what I mean? Because I was raised, coming up. I had me and my 3 brothers. We I don't know. My parents, they made it such a way. Now, when I'm older, I understand that we was poor. You know what I mean? But Black parents and mothers and stuff, they understand a way to make it to where you really don't feel that burden. You know what I'm saying?
You don't know it, yeah.
Yeah. So, but why do y'all think business isn't taught? And in public schools and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like the benefits is just the freedom of it. Like, if they would speak about how to start a business in a school where, like, if you build a business credit for about 6 months, you could probably touch a nice piece of change within 6 months of building business credit. It could change your whole situation. Mm-hmm. It's just a matter of 6 months. We're not talking about 2, 3, 5. We're talking about 6 months. If they educate kids in school how you could literally change your life in 6 months. You think school
Credit.
like credit, really credit period. You think certain things would even still be in place to this day? No, it would be a whole 360 right now. It would be 720 right now. Like it would be completely different. And everybody's on top of their game. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Just most of like the competing. I feel like some people don't even like to compete. They want to keep people exactly where they at. Everybody on the same mindset, the same, like, let's say this to stay in control. Because the whole school thing, you got some schools that's like some middle schools, they're probably still learning like the 1990 or whatever curriculum. It's like, it's still they still teaching the same thing that didn't do anything.
Yeah. No. And that's a fact. Like I said, I worked in the school system. I was the assistant gym teacher. So, just touching on that topic, right? It's just a system we in, right? They condition us and put us into schools and different things to, become workers, right? So, being financially free isn't, widespread as it is now, right? So it's becoming more widespread now. A lot of people, waking up to the top, right? More than one source of income is needed, things like that, right? I think it's it's a blessing, right? It's a blessing that everybody's waking up and really understanding and and knowing. And I really think it was due to the pandemic. A lot of people getting fired or having to leave their job and things like that, right? It wasn't comfortable. Wasn't comfortable.
You had to hustle, because I know from my experiences and stuff, and now a lot of this stuff. I just had it's funny we was talking about credit. I was just talking about credit because I just had an interview with a girl, and she's a financial advisor. She was breaking down a lot of the stuff that in credit and stuff like that. And I just in school, talking about the school thing, we I know in private school, they teach you they teach you how to go into business and stuff for yourself. And public school, they teach you a trade. So as you get older, those white kids are going to be the business owners, and we are going to be the ones going into work for them. Like you said, it's just the system that we in. But again, like you said, we are waking up. It's just, it's really our time. You know what I mean? It's our time to just be able to do this stuff and just to live how we want to live instead of being so stressed out all the time.
Right. Yeah. For sure.
Now, what when y'all started y'all's partnership, mentally and business wise, what have y'all learned about yourselves?
It's funny, we was actually we always kind of touch on it and talk about it, like I would say myself, I definitely grew as a man, just learning different things about myself and just learning how to conduct myself in certain environments and how to still present myself and still conduct business, not being, having emotions tied into it. Business is business at the end of the day, right? So those little things that I definitely learned, like, because certain businesses, we don't actually see the back end, on the people who is really in power of, they have employees. Obviously, they grew to a certain standard or status now that they don't necessarily need to do those things, right? So, if you're definitely a new entrepreneur or a new business owner, you're going to have to go through those things. You're going to learn, you're going to take losses. You're going to learn about yourself. Like it's
a lot of losses, a lot.
It's so much that, shake is always said, but people really not going to tell you, right? You have to physically experience those things to actually grow, to actually learn. Like if somebody would have told us, hey, you would have took X, Y, and Z losses, you'd have lost 40K and something in total with debt. Like I wouldn't have did this. Like I would, but had to go through it to learn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I definitely feel like with me, Darrius, I feel like it's probably like the best combo. Like it's just like we just different. Like work ethic is just different. Like, we don't stop. We get to the bottom of everything. Like we get to the nitty gritty of everything, and we get to the bottom of it. Like, it's also the work ethic, and we're very competitive. He was in sports, I was in sports, so like that competitiveness is that's just there. Just like us speaking about Hertz Enterprise and all that. It's just like we're mentally we already in the space of if they're not gonna come with what we got going on, we're gonna wind up knocking them out. What works? So we already there with it, and we perfectly cool with it. But definitely, I definitely grew a lot learned. I can't even tell you how many things we learned. Like
it seemed like it's so long, but it hasn't been that long.
It hasn't been that long. Stuff, so much that happened. Like so many different losses. A lot of W's, but so many like. Of course, the losses always outweigh the W's, of course, because nobody want to lose.
right.
But it's like the things we learned. It's like nah, I would have traded. I would have traded this experience, and it's like at this point, it ain't no quitting. Nobody's quitting. Like, we fully locked in. You know what I'm saying? And we just gonna keep going up from here. Honestly, it's like it's just gonna keep getting better.
Yeah, and I think is like you said, sometimes the losses outshine the wins. But if we look back at some of our wins, 1 year in business, our first year in business, we made nearly
100.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
We're gonna put a number on it. That's first year. That's first
literally,
year.
All the losses and everything like that. You know what I mean? Like, so that's definitely something to pat ourselves on the back for that. You know what I mean? So it's not normal, but it's due to our hustle and our grind. I'm not gonna say that's normally like anybody else can do that. So I don't know if they can do that, but sleepless nights on the phone, tapping into the internet, figuring things out. Like I really, it's pinpoint.
Buffalo, Brian, to cut you off, but not touching the money because we even put ourselves on payroll. Everything is still going straight to the bank, and we're not touching nothing. Everything goes straight to the bank still. Like we're not touching nothing. We're just saving. That's what kind of led us to the next business.
Yeah, just reinvesting, because a lot of people, might want to see that, that statement at the end of the year or the month, and like, oh yeah, nah. But reinvesting, seeing the bigger picture in the brand, in the company, Road to Luxury, just seeing where we can grow and where we can, put our stamp on it. So we both, we was like, all right, cool. This is what we're gonna do, right? We're gonna reinvest. And like I said earlier, that led us to starting another company, which is, Cause Time to Go, our trucking company.
Let's talk about that real quick. I want y'all to get into that.
All right, so Cause Time to Go. I mean, so Wayne started the LLC probably 2020.
2020.
Yeah, and so initially we started off with the car rental company. And like Wayne said, we were just we started off with that first, and once we had enough capital, we invested from Road to Luxury into Cause Time to Go, and now we have a trucking company. We knew nothing about it, and just like the car rental company, knew nothing about it, right? Hopped into a whole nother industry, green to the whole idea, like, all right, cool. Of course, we had a mentor again, and the mentors is key, So I definitely would say anybody who want to get into any business, get a mentor, right? It's gonna help fast track you, right? You're still gonna take a loss, you're still gonna learn, but it's gonna fast track you and just so you can skip some steps, So had some help on that aspect, and got our first truck. Literally, how long did it take us to do that? We got our first truck in November, right?
November 21.
Yeah, got our first truck in November 2021. And yeah, we just been doing some OTR trucking over the road. We actually just signed a local contract, first contract, so we still in grind mode for that, you know what I mean? But at the same time, we still have the idea and the mentality that we just gonna go full force. That's really how how we are.
Now, what's y'all's goals going forward? With the truck company, are y'all planning on expanding out into different states?
Expand out. So with trucking, it's like. Not really. I say for Road to Luxury, like we kind of want to expand to different states as far as location. With trucking, and we can have one location, but I could. So for example, say like I've been. I'm sorry, what you said, bro?
No, increase the fleet, yeah, but
definitely, increase the fleet. Like get more than get more than one. Get more than one truck. Maybe about tops. I probably say about 5 trucks. Tops, I could probably say.
We did the numbers on it, so we know.
Yeah, definitely like tops about
Trucking
5 trucks.
$1 billion industry, man. That's all I would say. We did the numbers, man.
It's funny. I was just watching. I didn't mean to cut you off, Wayne, but I was just watching an interview, and I want to say Lil Durk was just talking about that with the trucking company. And he said, man, it's money in that, man. A lot of people don't understand.
Yeah, like and you know, it's coming to our people now. You know, we learning about it. Like I said, I knew nothing about it. You know, at all. Wayne probably, you know, he was researching it, he was looking into it, but
I was never into it.
Yeah, we just. I would say I tapped into an industry I wasn't even thinking about. You know, I was working in the school, a W-2 worker. Now, you know, I'm making more for myself than my job could ever pay me. So it's just like it's cool.
Now what made you jump into that, Wayne, into the trucking?
I wanted something passive, and I just kept thinking about a career more so. And I just kept trying to really figure out and I like traveling. I always said, like, whatever I do, I want to bounce around, state to state, city to city. You know what I'm saying? Just whatever I'm doing, I'm just locking in though. State, like, just going everywhere. And trucking kind of just came across my mind around 2018, 2019. I kind of been on top of trucking. But like I said, I wanted to rent out trucks. That was my whole thing, was renting out trucks. I never wanted to really get us out of truck and drive the truck. So I was always renting out trucks. So I started looking at Penske, U-Haul, how they business is set up, format set up. I found like renting out trucks. Then I just kept doing more just research about it. Then I just started seeing like box trucks, CDL drivers. But I came across CDL drivers. And once I went to go get my CDL, about $2,500. I'm about to go do it and everything. And it's so crazy. When I was about to do it, I did more research. I came across box trucks where you don't even need a CDL. So now I'm like, all right, cool. I could save a quick $2,500. I don't gotta do it. All right, let me pause on that. Let me see what this is about. And I started seeing like the numbers, probably like, you know, average starting out 25 to like 4,000 per week in a month. So I started doing my numbers. I'm like, all right, that kind of makes sense. Man, this kind of makes sense. But like now, what's the expenses though as far as the trucks? Now, like I said, this is like 2019, 2020. I'm looking at trucks. So the trucks are still like 40,000. Trucks are still, I can still get a good money truck for tops 50,000 at this time. Now, today we speaking a truck is 90,000 to 125,000.
Yeah.
You're not getting no truck. You're not getting no truck for 40,000. Like at all. That's unheard of. But at the time when I was really doing my research into it, I was coming across a lot of those 40,000. The most be 50,000, 35,000. And I'm kind of doing the math in my head. Like, all right, if I finance a truck, if it's 40,000, the note will be no more than what? 1,500? I get some insurance. Insurance is what? 1,500? So I could probably make my expenses first week. If I'm making 25 to 4,000 in a month, I could probably make my expenses first week, and the 3 weeks could be straight invested in or money in my pocket, however I want to play it. So once I kind of got that, I'm like, nah, it's over. It's over. Like it's over. It's nothing else to talk about. I'm going all in with this. I wanted to start a business, kept researching, finding different insurance companies, different platforms, because I still want to rent out trucks too. Just in case that I didn't like, just in case I didn't like the driving, I still want to have another. I don't like driving. Let me rent it out though. So I always like to kind of play things where like I always got like an exit strategy or plan B a little bit. So and that's what I brought across to Darrius about it and stuff like that. He was with it. Like it wasn't really a long conversation. He like, bro, I'm with it. Like,
you tell me the numbers, man. That's it.
Yeah, he saw how educated I kind of was about it. He like, yo, listen, bro, let's get it. Like, I'm with it. Let's go. I'm like, all right, man.
So you started the trucking company kind of both around the same time then.
Literally, within a month apart. Back to back. Yeah.
Because I was talking to Raven, and she had mentioned to y'all last week about it, and she said when y'all talk, she's like you gonna find out some real interesting information from them. She was like, they some dope cats, man. I was Now, what has been you guys? Y'all kind of talked about it, but what has been y'all's financial experience? You know what I mean, from when you started and to now, like your scope of your idea of now the actual money that you can make. You know what I mean? Because when you first have a vision of something, you may just have a number, but once you start moving, you can actually see what you can, you know what I mean, what you can actually, and then with the L's and stuff, the L's you guys took and all the learning and stuff that you got from it, it's, I mean, it's just, how is it for y'all? It's kind of almost like you on, even though it's your first year, you kind of almost on cruise control because you understand where you're going at. You know what I mean?
Sure, for sure. I could say, as far as financial, and it did take me a long time. I felt like saving, you know, some people want to save money, you know, I don't, they probably even hear like in songs, like 100,000, $250,000, 500,000. All of that money in just on a bank account or even like in your house in the stash is unnecessary. It took me a long time to really understand like saving all that money is useless because it's depreciated as it's collecting dust in your crib. Like you should be, I feel like in a business, at least in your business, at least have 50,000 for a rainy day, and anything after you make after that 50,000 should be invested, making more capital. Having 100,000, 200,000, 300,000 in the bank, it may be cool to show, but it's not doing nothing. You're not going up.
Yes, I think one of the best piece of advice that I got from my grandpa, and it was actually a couple of days before, because I've really been diving into business now, you know what I mean? But a couple of days before my grandpa passed, he told me, he said, if no matter how much money you got, he said, if you got $500,000 in the bank, if it's just sitting in there, he was like, you don't have it because you're not doing nothing with it. Money's supposed to be spent or put somewhere else, you know what I mean? So he was like, and after that, because we just always taught to save, you know what I mean? And just put stuff and really, you ain't really supposed to have no money in no regular bank account. You supposed to put that.
Give me no interest, no nothing, no that money.
Man, it's just sitting in. You put 50,000 now. You put in the regular bank account. You going at the end of the year, you just got it sitting in there. You only gonna make what?
0.01% on that money.
Man, that's terrible.
That's ridiculous. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
But you know, as we grown, as we learn, we learning that there's different places where you can put your money where it's gonna appreciate more than obviously that 0.01 ain't nothing. So more than that, you know what I mean? So there's different ways you can you know, put your money, invest in different things. Financial literacy is definitely becoming, you know, more mainstream now. So
I seen, did y'all I think I seen a photo. I might been, but did y'all go to the assets over liabilities thing?
Yeah, we went last year summer. That was in June, right? June. It was about like Zariga, the Bronx. We had went to that last year. How
was that, man? Because that's one of my favorite joints I look at on YouTube.
It was dope. I mean, for me, I would say it was a good experience. You know, knowing that they from New York, you know, first time getting to really see them, talk to them, you know, and it was a whole bunch of people there. So it's more like a networking event. And it was cool just being around like-minded individuals that's on the same path as you. You never know, you know, the people we could potentially been in there with could potentially, you know, be our next business partners or construct our next deal or something like that. So you never know.
Now, where can they find y'all on social media?
So our social media right now, for my personal Instagram, it's _DEEDOEE, and for our business Road to Luxury, it's _Road to Luxury.
For Instagram, _Wayne G, WAYNE G. Yeah, that's where you can catch me at. I don't know. I think my name on here say my baby mom's name right now. I don't know why that's popping up like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why that's popping up like that, but yeah, my name was Wayne. We're gonna get it together though.
Yeah. Now, I usually takes me a couple of days to edit this video. So, you know, I'm gonna tag y'all into everything. You know, I usually put out like a snippet and everything before I put everything, just to let everybody know the video is coming out and everything. Then we can start pushing it and putting that stuff out there.
Okay.
For sure. I appreciate it, boss.
No, yeah, definitely appreciate you, having us on
Appreciate
here.
y'all for coming on. Yeah, I do. I appreciate y'all, man, for coming on. Y'all some dope cats. Keep going, man, because it's gonna work for y'all. It's already working. You know what I mean? So I can see it in y'all. So just keep on going, man. It's to me, it feels good to me when I see my people win. You know what I mean? That's that's a little bit of my platform. So I just want to tell y'all, keep going, man.
Appreciate it, boss.
Appreciate you, man.
All right, man. Y'all have a good one. You hear me?
You're on YouTube, baby.